are rolling now.
Hey everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave taking questions from tested patrons about my early employment history. And this is an amazing set of questions. This one comes from Andrew Lewis. He says, if you could set aside international fame and reputation, thank you, Andrew. I'm not sure I enjoy international fame anymore, but sure, we'll stipulate for the sake of the argument. If you could set aside international fame and reputation for a few weeks of every year without penalty, which of your previous occupations would you choose to practice for that time? Such a good question. And the answer is immediate. It would be theater. It would be theater. Theater's where I got my start. Theater is where a significant portion of my heart is. There are things that can happen in a theater that can't happen anywhere else. There are experiences you can get in a theater. And again, I'm all about the experiences, right? There are things that can happen in the theater that just won't feel like any. I've seen special effects in a theater that made my heart jump in ways that no movie ever could, because I was in the building. I was in the building with the thing that seemed not possible. And I'm a theater junkie to every aspect of theater, whether it's design or mechanical problem solving or props or costumes or even writing or directing or performing. Clearly what I want to do is I want to join a small theater troupe for like 6 or 8 weeks a year. Doesn't that sound amazing? I do have this idea in my head that I will spend some time in my later life, like working in the community theater, working with the community theater, because seriously, theater, here's what I'll say about theater. It is the first art form that would survive an apocalypse intact. Like, if 95% or whatever giant percentage of the world's population is wiped out in some cataclysm and there's only a few hundred or a few thousand people left, they're not going to be painting paintings for each other, but they're going to gather around a campfire and start telling stories. And those stories are going to get more elaborate. Humans, narrative is so important to human consciousness for reasons I still don't understand, and I don't know if anyone does. There's something inherent in a narrative, in a theatrical narrative, in an Aristotelian arc, as it were, that I think speaks to our souls. And I've had some stunningly remarkable moments in theaters, both from the stage and from the audience. And frankly, it doesn't matter what size theater. Like, I had those transformative experiences in 100-person black box theaters, and I've had transformative experiences performing for 250,000 people. That's the largest number. Jamie and I were the opening act at the rally, the Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart's rally to restore sanity and or fear back in, when was that? Was that like 2010? It's a long time ago. Anyway, if I could set aside my entire schedule and do something else for a few weeks a year, it would absolutely be theater, in any capacity, as I've said. Yep. Andrew, thank you for that mental exercise. I hadn't thought through it like that. And frankly, as I'm coming out of COVID, it's causing me to examine both the stasis we were all in for a long time, and what are the pros and cons of that stasis? What do I like about how simple life was 6 months ago versus what it is now? And like, I'm super stoked to see everybody and to socialize again, but there's also a peacefulness to the limited options that COVID brought that I find were really like, that I enjoyed. I know it's weird. So it's nice to like, I consider it always an important exercise to imagine how you want work to feel, how you imagine you want your life to feel. And I try and concentrate on that as much as I concentrate on the details, like what job do I want to do, what TV show, etc. do I want to pitch. I try and remain very cognizant of how I want those things that I want to do, how they will integrate into the rest of my life and not take it over. And so asking questions like that, what could you do if you could do anything? Those are really great questions. One of my favorite exercises is, if I could wave a magic wand and get exactly what I want out of this situation, what would it be? And sometimes the answer is surprising. Try it. Thank you so much for that great question. I really love talking about employment history, and specifically like the way in which it informs the person you become. All right. Thank you guys. Adam Savage out, and I will see you next time.